Hey YouTubers, it's Valerie with Money Mindset Coach. I talk about frugality, saving money, spending money, and how to live a really good life on less because money isn't everything. Um, I don't know, I've gone back and forth with what to do as far as the video. There's been a couple different things that I wanted to talk about, but none of them seem to go together. I guess I'm just going to do a video on this book, Walden, or Life in the Woods. Henry David Thoreau. And I bought this book on Amazon because there have been a few frugal videos. I think one was Spencer's Adventures, and one was Kirsten Dirksen. I've talked about them. Both either mentioned Henry David Thoreau or they mentioned this book. Well, just saying, he was 30 years old when he wrote this book. He died at 44 of tuberculosis. And I think so many members of his family died of tuberculosis. Tuberculosis was horrible back then. I mean, before we had the vaccination thing, a lot of people died of tuberculosis. And there were TB sanitariums where people had to go because it was contagious. I mean, it was bad. But anyway, he passed away at 44. So he wrote this book when he was 30. And the whole thing, okay, I underlined this part of the book. I'm still in the first chapter, which is called Economy. And it just kind of bugs me that he was 30 years old and that this was his attitude toward older people, because that's what I am. This is what he says. This is page 4 of the first chapter. Okay, he says, what old people say you cannot do, you try and find that you can. Old deeds for old people, and new deeds for new. Old people did not know enough once, perchance, to fetch fresh fuel to keep the fire a-going. New people put a little dry wood under a pot and are whirled round the globe with the speed of birds in a way to kill old people, as the phrase is. Age is no better, hardly so well, qualified for an instructor as youth, for it has not profited so much as it has lost. One may also almost doubt if the wisest man has learned anything of absolute value by living. Practically, the old have no very important advice to give the young. Their own experience has been so partial, and their lives, this is the part that really bothers me. And their lives have been such miserable failures for private reasons, as they must believe that it may be that they have some faith left which belies that experience, and that they are only, yes, less young than they were. I have lived some 30 years on this planet, and I have yet to hear the first syllable of valuable or even earnest advice from my seniors. They have told me nothing, and probably cannot tell me anything to the purpose. Here is life, an experiment to a great extent untried by me. But it does not avail me that they have tried it. If I have any experience which I think valuable, I'm sure to reflect that this my mentors said nothing about. Blah, 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 blah. That just really annoys me. He thinks that, the fact that we're older, that we have nothing to say, that we have no wisdom, that we haven't learned anything along the way. He was 30 years old. I mean, I do feel bad that he was 44 when he passed away. He really, there is that saying, everybody has the chance to get old, or everybody has the chance to be young, but not everybody gets the chance to be old. He didn't get the chance to be old. Not really. Maybe in 1854, I don't know what the life expectancy was. I really don't know. But, maybe that wasn't unusual to live. He did have tuberculosis, but life expectancy in 1854. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay. Oh, in 1850, the average life expectancy in the United States was 40.4 years for white males and 43.0 years for white females. By age 5, the average life expectancy was 50.1 years for white males and 51.2 for white females. Life expectancies in the 19th century were low due to high infant mortality rates. Once a child reached 5 years of age, they were more likely to live longer. Wow. That's wild. So really, if it hadn't been for tuberculosis, he might have lived to be around 50. So maybe dying at 44, it wasn't as young as what 44 would be now. But I don't know. I guess it just bugged me that this guy just discounts all of us who are seniors, who are on Medicare, Social Security. When I was a kid, 65 was the age that people just kind of thought they were supposed to stop working. I'm 66. And, there are some people that are retired and really, really love it. But then there's some, I don't know. I would be out volunteering. I would be working a couple days a week, which is what I do now. I work 2 or 3 days a week. And that's good for me. Now, my days are not 8-hour days. They're not. They are 6.5 hours. No lunch. I eat whenever, when there's no customers in the store. But yeah, it's like, I work. I enjoy it. I like doing what I do. I think if you like what you're doing, there are some people who don't like the having to be somewhere at a certain time and then not leaving until quitting time or whatever. There are times where I think if you've been doing that for years and years and years and you're like, all of a sudden, I don't want to do that anymore. If I were retired, I'd still volunteer. I have a lot of things around here that I'd like to do. The only thing is, a lot of the things that I want to do would cost money. And that I don't know if I'm making money. I don't know. I'm just not ready to be to the point of not making money. I like to make money. I've always enjoyed that. I've always enjoyed getting that paycheck. I thoroughly enjoy it. And so, I don't know. That's my book, Henry David Thoreau, Walden, Life in the Woods. I haven't gotten out of the first chapter yet. It's interesting to read somebody that is writing things like they talked in 1854. There's some words in there. I've had to look them up, and thank God for Google. It gives me the definition, and so I know what I'm reading. But anyway, that's a short video today. Not near as long as some of my videos have been. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here today. If you like the video, please hit like, subscribe, comment. Have any of you read this book? Have you read other books by Thoreau? What do you think of the passage that I read about us not having anything useful to say to the young people? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. There were people in my life I wished I would have known the questions to answer. And I'm a pretty good questioner. I question a lot. But my paternal grandmother was very good at growing things. She could grow anything. Well, I could have learned a lot from her, but I wasn't interested in that. And then she passed away. So I never got to gather that knowledge. I never got to gather it. So when someone dies, it's lost forever. I'm hoping that my kids and my grandkids, that's part of what this YouTube video or channel is all about. Someday I am not going to be here. And they're always going to be able to look at my YouTube channel. They're going to see some of these things that I have said. And maybe they'll end up getting to know me a little bit better than they think they know me. Who knows? But this will live forever. They'll always be able to put one of my videos on. My 2-year-old grandson just gets the biggest kick out of it when he sees me on the screen. He's like, Mama. That's what he calls me. And his other grandma, too. His mom is Mama, and his grandmothers are Mama. And I think that's just so sweet. But he just gets the biggest kick out of it when he sees me on screen. And I just love that. And my son has actually sent me pictures of him sitting there and watching me. And it's so funny because every once in a while he'll be, hi. Like he expects me to say hi back, like I am talking to him. He just doesn't get it that I'm in the screen. But that's kind of fun. But anyway, like I always say, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. Till next time, bye.